So this is Eric, the opalised pliosaur, discovered in an opal mine in Cooper Pedy, South Australia. It's approximately 2.5 metres in length. And if you look closely here, those little rocks and fish bones you see, those are remains of the gastric remains. So those are the last meals, or one of the last meals that Eric ate before his tragic passing 93 million years ago. It is one of the most treasured and valuable specimens housed at the Australian Museum. It is valuable for 3 different reasons. It is 90% complete, all opalised, and has stomach contents preserved within it. For any museum collection, that's a triple trifecta. That's incredible. Very rare, very unique. No other fossil alive like it. Exciting, rewarding, being able to do what most kids dream of, working on dinosaur-like material. Absolutely rewarding. I grew up on watching Jurassic Park, thoroughly enjoyed all the dinosaurs and other extinct animals on the big screen, but I've always wondered, did they actually behave like that in the movies? So I really just enjoy reading and learning more about this extinct ecosystem, this extinct world that is just completely cut off to present day life. I study the diet and ecology of extinct marine reptiles. I use their teeth, generate high-resolution 3D models, and perform functional testing on them to infer the ecology and diet of these extinct animals. I also look at coprolites and stomach contents using advanced powerful CT imagery. The stomach contents of Eric have yet to be formally described. We use MicroCT imagery and techniques to scan, digitize and render the remains of Eric's stomach contents and to figure it out what it ate to infer the diet and ecology of this particular species of marine reptile found within Australia. If you look closely, you'll be able to see the fish bones that we can see in the digitized rendered model of Eric's. So here we have here is the head, and the unique thing about Eric is its crest. It's got this really odd and unique crest, only to this genus. You can see the flippers on both sides of the body and in the back half as well. And this shape overall is very plesiosaur-like, so very long neck and short head relative to body size. It belongs to the same group as pliosaurs, which are the group of reptiles with large heads, short necks, and apex predators of their ecosystem. Not much can touch it. But Eric, on the other hand, is a plesiosaur-like pliosaur. So it has these features of a plesiosaur, which include a long neck, very short head, and these typically are fish specialists from what fossil evidence suggests. Eric is just very odd in this sense because it is one of the most basal members of pliosaur. It belongs to the group called Romulosaurids. As of this moment, Eric is the only species within its genus Umunosaurus. Species name of Eric is Umunosaurus demoscelius. This roughly translates to the people's sea dragon, which reflects the generosity of the Australian public, where they donated a substantial amount of money to keep Eric out of private hands in Australia. I use these different shaped teeth and put them into a MicroCT scanner at ANU. Using that, I generate high-resolution models where I will perform various functional testing on these different shaped teeth, including puncture testing and finite element analysis, which is the same principles architects use to determine how a building will respond to different forces and pressures once applied. So what we have here is a cast of a tooth belonging to Chronosaurus queenslandicus, the largest predator in early Cretaceous Australia. This is a type of mosasaur called a globidens. It's very bulbous and unique tooth shape, gives it its distinctive name, and it's most likely to have crushed hard-shelled organisms with this tooth shape. This is a more typical mosasaur, so very recurved in nature, and this would have likely aided in preventing prey from escaping its grasp once captured. This is a type of sea crocodile called Dacosaurus. It would have been just a highly awkward, weird crocodile throughout the age of the dinosaurs. Here are 2 examples of ichthyosaur teeth. So these are typical tooth shapes that we see and haven't changed a lot throughout time. And lastly, plesiosaur teeth. They're very recurved in nature, and the shape of it indicates that they're likely to be fish specialists. I love being able to look through museum collections and just look at the specimens that housed within it, just wonder at life, because we're only here for a split second, whereas these animals lived much longer than we tend to comprehend. Being able to work on these elusive animal groups is just adding a small piece of puzzle to understanding these prehistoric worlds that still elude us to this day. It's such a rewarding and thrilling experience, and using 3D models and techniques is just a new approach to understanding this. Digitizing museum collections is also really rewarding in its own right. It gives back to the collection managers as it allows their work to be publicly accessible to members of the public and to other researchers.